To improve membership, Rotary International has approved such strategies as e-clubs, satellites, and corporate memberships. Each time the cost of technology declines, new opportunities arise to build a Rotary Club in new ways. Such a time is now. The technology is called live streaming. RI President Barry Rasson's New Year's message asks us to be the inspiration. Today, in that spirit, I am asking you to support a pilot live streaming initiative at the Rotary Club of Dryden, which will take Dryden to new levels of membership. Live streaming is the broadcasting of live video and sound of a club meeting over the internet while it happens. I started this study by analyzing the demographics of communities within Dryden's orbit. I found that Dryden had nearly exactly 1% of Dryden's 18 and over population. In other words, its adults. Using the same criteria, I projected a goal of 157 additional members within 10 years. I then divided the communities into 3 tiers. Communities which would begin as satellites but had the potential to become independent clubs. Communities which would remain as satellites, and communities so small and isolated that they might provide just one member. A map of communities in Dryden's orbit shows 4 groups. 3 communities currently with a club are in black, 3 in Tier 1, 5 in Tier 2, and about 20 in Tier 3. The current clubs show their membership numbers on December 10th, 2014. Red Lake, Fort Frances, and Atikokan in red possess the potential to be chartered. 5 small places have adult populations near 1,000, with the potential of small satellites of 6 to 8 members. There are about 20 villages, plus the First Nations north of this map, from which I estimate maybe 4 members. When I first discussed this idea with District Governor Elaine, she suggested we could use the district's Zoom video conferencing system. This caused me to make a comparison of the 2 systems. This slide shows the basic difference in purpose between the 2. Video conferencing is a 2-way conversation best for small group meetings, while live streaming is a 1-way out to the audience system best for large groups. The next 4 slides are a comparison of each system's advantages and disadvantages. There are many examples of products in both live streaming and video conferencing. District 5550 has used both GoToMeeting and Zoom platforms. Both are software-driven systems. The live streaming systems listed here are both hardware and software solutions. The system I recommend is a hardware system called Boxcast. First, it is important to note that live video is 10 times more engaging than a pre-recorded video presentation. The key advantage of video conferencing is its ability to be a 2-way conversation. It is interactive. The key advantage of live streaming is its high-quality picture and sound, the potentially unlimited size of the audience, and the simple way in which you connect. Take a moment to read down through these two lists of advantages. You can see that the purpose and advantages are quite different. Research is going on to merge the two systems, something that will likely happen in the coming decade. It is when you take the advantages and compare the disadvantages of video conferencing that the advantages of live streaming appear most clearly. Video conferencing uses low-quality cameras at 480p versus the 1080p of live streaming. In video conferencing, as the size of the audience increases, the quality decreases. This doesn't happen in live streaming. Also, it is fairly complicated to set up a video conference. Each participant has to download the software, be sent a number to log in under, and log in at a particular time. Someone has to set up the conference, and so it is much more labor intensive. As you can see, there are a couple of disadvantages to the live streaming system: startup costs and the amount of hardware. Live streaming has a higher startup cost because you need equipment to make it work well. You need at least one camera, a tripod to place it on, and if you have more than one camera, a switcher to switch from one camera to the other. And most importantly, an encoder, what here is called a boxcast. An encoder is where the video and audio coming from the camera and microphone are gathered and compressed so it can proceed as high definition and good quality sound. The result is a slightly longer delay than in video conferencing. It also has to be connected to the internet to send the data out and to a power source. Along with the encoder and service plan, you get software which runs a dashboard. This is where the web editor puts the program onto your website or other live streaming portals such as YouTube Live or Facebook Live. As mentioned, the Boxcast dashboard or platform software comes with the Boxcast and service plan. And as the picture shows, it works on a smartphone, a tablet, or a laptop. A good camera is one of the necessities of live streaming. As you can see in these three examples, they can vary significantly in cost. It would have been possible to add professional cameras in the $5,000 and $10,000 range. But even a smartphone camera works if you have the app and adapter connected to the encoder. As with most technology, there is always extra pieces of equipment necessary to tie everything together, such as cables, splitters, converters, gaff tape, a carrying container, and recorder. Most are low-cost items. Boxcast has two service plans. They are recurring annual costs just like Club Runner. Before deciding on which plan to buy, one has to consider the many questions listed in this slide. Although all 9 questions are important, 3 of the most important in my analysis are storage, support, and analytics. For Dryden's pilot to be successful, analytics is the most important aspect of all. Dryden needs to know exactly from which community each viewer originates. The standard plan only gives you the total number of viewers. It does not supply the geographic location. The advanced plan does supply such data, and much more. Here is a comparison of the standard and advanced plans. As mentioned, the advanced plan is needed for the breakout of viewers by the community. It also provides for storage of the presentations beyond 1 month. Plus, you have live, real-time support if you run into a problem. Also, the fact that payment can be made to see a program may present opportunities to use the system as a fundraising platform. The difference in cost is $33 Canadian per month, paid annually. Whoops. This, plus the next 2 slides, show 3 cost configurations. This one shows the barest possible minimum using a member's camera and tripod without any analytics. This level 1 configuration has the advanced plan, a mid-range camera, and a tripod. The switcher is optional, so the cost could be lowered to $3,700. However, I am suggesting the switcher because the PowerPoint slides can be shown separate from the speaker, or an additional camera could be added to enhance the production. Depending on which of the financial proposals are successful and approved, it may be possible to finance a really good quality camera with a good quality audio system. It is the enhanced audio which makes this option most attractive. Good video with poor audio is one of the major mistakes in both live streaming and pre-recorded videos. Of the 4 financing options presented here, options 1 and 2 are likely to be least successful, although option 4 is attractive and may be Dryden Rotary's final choice. I am with this presentation putting my focus on the creation of a consortium or partnership. As you can see, District 5550 can be one of the partners. There are some reasons why this could be of advantage to the district. If it works in the Dryden orbit, the district has other geographic areas with similar characteristics. The district also has 12 clubs well under the 20 charter threshold, including some even in the single-digit range. Live streaming may present an opportunity to consolidate clubs while maintaining the unique identities which have formed over the years. Finally, it could provide an opportunity to live stream the keynote addresses and awards ceremony of the district conference. Although financial models A and B place the greatest financial challenge upon the club, there are some very good reasons to support this model. They both provide the most control and least workload. Neither feature should be considered lightly. On the other hand, nor should we be too hasty rejecting financial models C and D, which I will call the Community Consortium and Charity Foundation models. Both have many positive outcomes for both our Rotary Club and our community of Dryden. 5 such features are listed here. Unfortunately, bringing about this greater good, as this list of 7 issues demonstrates, means considerably more work and somewhat less control for us as volunteer members of the community. Dryden Rotary is going to have to develop a promotion program to get the word out that live streaming is occurring. Community newspapers and radio stations are some of the vehicles we could consider. Most importantly, there is a high degree of congruity between the weekly CKDR broadcast of Dryden Rotary Radio Bingo and the communities we would target for memberships. In summary, I believe live streaming provides 3 distinct potential audiences: those who may not join but are interested in our speakers and learning more about their community and region. The spin-off for Rotary could be substantial in the long term. Another benefit suggested by District Governor Elaine is growth in Friends of Rotary, something Dryden has not to date promoted. Finally, and most importantly, is the ability to grow and attract new members to the club. As an aside, I know there are 2 people in southern Ontario in different communities who have visited drydenrotary.org over 400 times. I wonder if they too might choose to join the Rotary Club of Dryden using the live streaming system. There will no doubt be some implications beyond growth for the club should we accept looking beyond Dryden for members. I have listed 7 items here. Changing our focus from our town to the region is the most important, but with Rotary Radio Bingo we are already partly there. Our speakers and topics will need to expand. We will need to find ways for executive participation from satellite locations, and we may need to meet in satellite communities from time to time, to name just a few. In this slide, I have tried to give some thought to District and Rotary International benefits, such as club consolidation while retaining traditional local identities, one coordination of one channel out to the public through joint participation of clubs in large urban areas, or the broadcasting of district conferences. Finally, if anyone wishes to see a 5-minute video of how the Boxcast and dashboard system functions, click on the link and watch the video. I could not integrate it into the presentation.